Hello and welcome to my channel, On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And let's find out what's on the hook. Today I have a ton of things to talk about and I'm going to get started right away. However, I want to wish you a National Crochet Month. Happy National Crochet Month. This month is National Crochet Month. I have looked it up and this month is National Crochet Month. So I wish you a happy crochet month and I hope you pick up or start a project or finish one that you've started already. Enjoy crochet. It's a wonderful, wonderful craft along with knitting and diamond painting. And those are the three crafts that I talk about on this channel. So if that's an interest to you, please subscribe to my channel. And I want to ask you to recognize 5 new members to my channel. I've opened up memberships to On the Hook Crochet to help you support me because I do not run ads during my videos. You might see them at beginning and end, but you won't see them during my video because I don't like to interrupt my video with ads. And so I am offering y'all a chance to help me, which is very helpful in keeping this channel going. But you can help me by going to my Etsy shop and purchasing patterns and products. There are lots of patterns I'm going to talk about today and kind of give you some ideas. And also you can join a membership. And the membership is 2 levels. The first level is a support level and you get some little perks along with just knowing that you're supporting me. It's not very expensive at all, and it helps me so much with my channel. The second level is the alpaca level. The first level, merino. The second level, alpaca, and that's the level where you get a free pattern every single month. At the beginning of the month, we send out an email to our membership of alpacas, and we will get a free pattern of our choice from the website. So I hope you enjoy that. I have some new members and I want to talk about those today. And the new members are Deborah Wortman, Geraldine Lewis, Ann Black, Deb Flunder, and Rebecca Stanford. I hope I pronounced all those right. And those are a mixture of merino and alpaca. And thank you so much for joining last week. And I'm going to call out by first name only. This is Debbie, Barbara, Gloria, Kathy, Carol, Peg, and Martha. Thank you so very much. And I also have others from the first 2 weeks too. You're all in the same membership fun club, and thank you so much for supporting On the Hook Crochet. Today I have acquisitions, patterns to show, whips I've started, and a finished object, and diamond painting. And I want to show you all those things today, so let's get started. As you can see from my thumbnail, Crochet Nation came in this week to On the Hook Crochet, and I thank you very much for sending that to me. I am not sponsored by them or an affiliate or anything. I bought this because I thought it might be a good idea to try something new. I'm still subscribed to Crochet World, which is a wonderful magazine. I'm not dissing that at all, but this is a newspaper. See, it's a newspaper, and it has a lot of pages in it. I have just had a chance, it just came, so I just had a chance to peruse it just a little bit, and there are some great articles in here, some patterns. It's well written. It's very nice to read. Lots and lots of pictures and color. It's a really nice magazine. The price, I believe, that is for a year is $60, and you may be able to pay by the month. I'm not really sure how you do that. I went ahead and bought a year subscription, so you'll be seeing this each month when it comes in. Again, I haven't had a chance to really read it, so next week I'll give you a little bit better review of this, but it is, as far as I can tell, a wonderful magazine. And also, Creative Grandma has a big article in here. They've featured her as the designer of the week. Designer of the month, I guess. And it's got a picture of Grandma, Creative Grandma, which is Glenda Winkleman. Glenda, congratulations on your beautiful article that I did read that. So very, very nice, beautiful story about how she was involved with crochet and all along. And I invite you to subscribe and read it. I'm actually not an affiliate, so just wanted you to know that. I like it though, and I look forward to getting this every month. Now, a combination of an acquisition and also a new whip. And I wanted to show you this. And this is some yarn that I bought from Hobby Rocks. This is Tracy at Hobby Rocks over in England. And she filled my order very quickly. I ordered some James Brett, and this is, I love James Brett. I've been using this for 5 years, off and on. I first started out with some of this yarn. This is James Brett, And its new line is Emotions, and this is called Interest. This is the colorway. It is quite lovely. It does have a halo on it, and frogging out is a little bit challenging, but it can be done. This is a double knitting size, a DK, which is a size 3. And this is 100% acrylic, and there are a ton of yards on here. 474 yards on this ball. Quite beautiful. And Tracy has a whole line of these yarns in different colorways, and they're beautiful, beautiful. So you might try that. I have a discount code down in the description box, and you can use On the Hook, all one word. You can use that when you order from Tracy at Hobby Rock. So Tracy, thank you for sending my order so quickly. I actually ordered 2 of those balls of yarn, and Tracy was so kind to send me a package of really cute things with my order. And there's some tea in here, a tape measure, just some other really cute things, and there's a biscuit that you can dip into your tea. I guess they do that in England. I don't know. But thank you, Tracy, for that. That's very, very sweet. And she also sent me a bonus skein of Everyday Chunky Knit Craft, and isn't that pretty? Those are basically Christmas colors. I might make a hat out of this or something, or a scarf. It is so pretty. Thank you, Tracy, for that. It's a chunky size, so that'll go really quickly. But I wanted to combine that, and thank you, Tracy. Be sure to order some yarn from Tracy over in England. The shipping isn't that much, and she sends it out really quickly. You get it really fast. In the Crochet Nation newspaper, there were a whole lot of patterns. There are quite a few, maybe 8 patterns or 9 patterns, something like that, of all kinds of different things. But there was a pattern for a hat, and I thought I would try it. I'm not finished with it, but this is what it looks like. And I'm making this with the James Brett yarn. So I thought that'd be a nice combination. I'm making this a DK with a K hook. And in the magazine it said, or in the newspaper, it said for you to upsize your hook so that it would be nice and drapey. And they're right. I mean, it's really pretty, really nice, drapey. I'm not finished. I have probably another 2 or 3 inches left to go on this. And I'll show you this next week. And I might let one of my beautiful head models try this on for you. But again, that's so pretty. This is what the yarn looks like made up. It's quite beautiful. I also have another sample of the yarn just in a double crochet swatch. And this is what it looks like. It's a big swatch, and I started a sweater, but I've decided to do something different with this. So I'm ripping this out a little at a time. I had quite a bit of this done, but I wanted to show you what it looked like made up. It's quite gorgeous, as all the James Brett yarns are. I love James Brett. I've been using it for years. So thank you, Tracy, and that is one whip that I have on the hook. I have a lot of other whips and things to get to, but let's first talk about my diamond painting that I'm working on with a collaboration with Craft Ease, and their offer code is down in my description box as well. Here is a very quick look at my newest diamond painting. This is Evening Stars by Carla Gerard, and it is sponsored by Craft Ease right there. Craft Ease is nice enough to send these to me. 3 paintings by Carla Gerard so that I could diamond paint these and show you my progress. So here we are. This is what I've done so far, all the way through this tree right here and a little bit past. I've done this part, but I'm still working on the tree. So let me get down here where you can see what I'm doing. You see the symbols are still there on the tree. I haven't covered them up with diamonds yet, or drills, we call them drills. But all the rest of this is all finished up, and I'm about halfway through this part, and I'm working to the bottom of this probably by the end of the weekend, and then next week I'll be able to start on the trees up here. Love this painting. It is a very whimsical look at a cottage community at night, and see the little stars right there. It's called Evening Stars, and again, it's sponsored by Craft Ease. They're a great company. Their paintings are very high quality, both the drills and the canvas that they put them on. Very nice canvas. It's soft on the back, and it holds up very, very well. It's beautiful, and their drills are quite lovely. So I just wanted to let you know how far I was this week, and we'll look at it again next week. Well, I was walking through Hobby Lobby the other day because I was taking my other diamond painting to get framed, and right by the framing section is the yarn section. I always walk through there to see what's available to be on the hook, and I saw this, and this is so beautiful. This is Sugar Wheel Cotton by Yarn Bee. I've used this before, and I use this to make my Sunny Summer Scarf. It's been out for about 5 years on my Etsy shop, and this is what it looks like, the Sunny Summer Scarf. And I actually made this the first time with Sugar Wheel Cotton in a different colorway. And this is a kind of a blue and cream, so fresh and beautiful for summer. And I've already started it. This is what it looks like, crocheted up. I hope you can see that. This scarf is very easy to make. It's very easy to make. It has a special puffy border that goes all the way around, and also it has a twisty fringe. And I don't know if you can't really see that in the picture, but the twisty fringe. It's real cute. It's not fluffy. It's twisted. Each one of these sections of yarn is twisted, and it's a neat way to do things. And I tell you how to do that in the pattern. So I wanted to show that to you. I'm finishing this hopefully this week. It goes really fast. I think this is a, let me look and see. I have a, here it is. I have an eye hook charm on there, and that tells me what size hook to use because I have so many whips on the hook. So I try to mark each one because I'll forget which hook I was using. So that is the Sunny Summer Scarf that I'm making right there. You can buy that on my Etsy shop, and this is the perfect yarn for it, Sugar Wheel Cotton, and it is actually a DK if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it's a size 3 light. Again, super nice. I don't know if it has, it's 100% cotton, 100% cotton. So this would be cool to wear in the summertime with a white t-shirt. That'd be really cute, or a navy blue blouse, something like that. And it's very, very flexible, so you can fold it, and you know, when you tie it around your neck, you can do it all kinds of ways. So when I finish that, I'll show that to you. Hopefully it'll be next week. A few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, I talked about the Wisteria Cottage cardigan. I wore it on my channel actually when it was still cold outside, but it's not cold anymore. So I wanted to show this to you because I mentioned that I was going to make it again, and it's not going to be a coat, it's just going to be a jacket. And I wanted to get something light to make it from. So I ordered some Premier Anti-Pilling Everyday DK. This is the kind that doesn't have a halo. It doesn't pill. It doesn't pill, so you can wash it. I doubt I'll be washing it much, but I just wanted to show that to you. It has almost a little sheen to it, and I'm using an eye hook for this. And here is a square that I came up with yesterday. Well, it's the same one in the Wisteria Cottage Cardi pattern, but this is what it looks like. It's quite beautiful. It's really more of a floral square, but I do square it off, and then this is 5 and a little over 5 inches wide. And the original one I made was this big. It was big. And this is the one I'm making now. So I'm making them quite a bit smaller. And it's going to be a smaller jacket. I might have to make a few more squares, but they will be smaller. Each one will only be 4 rounds instead of 5. So this is a 4-round square that I'm making with that particular pattern. And this is a 5 square made with worsted weight and a larger hook. So there's quite a bit of difference between these two. But I'll be working on that all along. It takes a while to make all those squares. So I'll be working on that. This is the color Linen, by the way. It's almost pinky. I'm not loving it. I really wanted a cream color, but I have 7 balls of this. So I think I'll go ahead and make it. And it'll go with lots of things. It'll go with jeans and dark pants. You know, it'll go with everything. It'll go with black quite beautifully. So that's what I'm making it out of. And that should go a little bit slower than some of the other items that I have on the hook, but I'll be working on that all during the week. Now let's talk about what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing Summer Essential, and this is another pattern I wanted to feature this week. This is the Summer Essential, and you make it from fingering or sport yarn. It's quite lovely. It's so comfortable. And I made this from wool, and the wool I made, and I still have some of this if you can believe it. This was sponsored by Creative Grandma. Again, she comes up in my channel. But this was sponsored by her with Knit Crate, who is not around anymore. This was Audine Wools, and she very graciously sent me the blue like this, and I made another top from it. And I had the pink, and then I bought this. So I was really enamored with this beautiful yarn. It's so soft and squishy, and it's just beautiful when it's crocheted. So I thought I would show this to you. I have this put back, and I'll probably make something out of this summer, because wool in the summer is not a bad thing. It is very cool. I've worn this on very hot days, and it's very, very comfortable. And now today I have it with I'm wearing it with a tank top. I have a hard time with this camera knowing which side is which. I'm wearing it with a tan tank top, so you can barely see it there underneath because the lights that shine on me reveal too much. So you really don't have to, but if you make it out of a fingering weight or a sport weight and just take your time, use a G-hook, it turns out so beautifully, and the drape is really, really nice. So I'm going to stand up and show this to you. This is the Summer Essential. It is a lot of ease, and it's a very boxy sweater. Look at that. It's probably for it's got about 12 inches of ease at the bottom, and so it also comes over onto the top of the arm. You don't have to add any sleeves to it. I just added a ribbing along the side and along the bottom and around the neck, and they all match. These are 3x1 ribs, and they're very easy to make, and they turn out really nicely when you use a sport or fingering weight yarn to make this sweater. I'll show you the back. The back is the perfect length for me, right about mid-hip, and I'll be wearing this quite a bit this summer as well. I've had it for several years. I've washed it. It is quite wonderful. I blocked it actually. And you can wash it, but you have to just lay it down. You can't put it in the dryer or anything, but I do wash it in some special wool wash and just squeeze it in, leave it for 30 minutes in a warm bath, and then squeeze out the water, put it on a towel, and then it takes 2 or 3 days to dry. So you can lay it on your dryer, or when it gets drier, you can lay it on your dining room table, whatever you have, and it will dry very beautifully. Just shape it out the way you want it to look, and it turns out really nicely. Love wool. I've grown to love so much of this wool that I make. A lot of my prototypes now are made from wool because it just has such a nice drape. It's spongy and easy to crochet and knit with. So I'm really enjoying adding wool to my crochet wardrobe. Now I'm wearing this today with some tan pants. These are dress pants, and just some little slip-on shoes. I'll be going to run some errands today, so this is a perfect outfit for doing that. And tonight I'm going somewhere, so I'm just going to wear it all day long. It'll be a perfect sweater to wear when it gets a little bit cool tonight. It'll keep me warm. So this is the essential sweater for summer. I want to tell you about a new work in progress that I have now. This is another of the classic knit tops by Lion Brand. It is designed by Mama in a Stitch. Y'all probably heard of her, Jessica there. She has a lot of things on YouTube, a lot of videos out there. And I wanted to show you what I did. I have, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I made 2 others. I made one up there and one right there. That one's Paprika, and this one is Marmalade. This one is called Antique, and the yarn looks like this. This is 100% superwash merino by Lion Brand. Super duper nice, really nice. It's kind of tiny though. It's a size 3, so it's all wool, 100% superwash merino wool. It's very, very squishy. I love it. It's so comfortable on. I've worn those 2 tops quite a few times already. I just can't resist putting them on. They're so loose and they're so squishy and they're light. They're comfortable. They're like wearing a sock. That's what it reminds me of. You probably make socks out of this. I don't know. I don't make socks, but this is a very nice yarn. And it's not cheap though. This was about $12 a skein. You need 4 skeins to make a top, and I know that's kind of expensive, but you could use any kind of size 2 or 3 doubled up. These are 2 strands at once. So I knit this with 2 strands at the same time. I also downsized my knitting needles to a 10.5. Those are made with size 11 needles, and they're a little bit loose. So I downsized it, and you can see that the stitches are closer together on this one. I can see it. They're closer together, and this is the top front. I believe it's the front. I haven't really decided. They're both the same. You make 2 of these and you sew them together. I mean, it's not that hard at all. But I made a mistake right up here. I don't know if you can see that, but I've fixed it, and there's another mistake right here that I don't know how it may happen. I think I picked up one strand of wool and left the other one behind for one stitch, and then they end up being real loose right there, and that's what that is. And this may be the back. That's what I do. If I make a mistake, I just put it on the back, and I don't have to look at it, and nobody notices it anyway, honestly. You can look at it and have to look for the mistakes, but you can see them if you're a knitter. You know what they are. So anyway, I am finished with the front. I'm so excited, or the back, whatever it is. Finished with it the other day, and I started another one, and I have about that much knit on it already, so I'm hoping to finish this in the next week or two. But if you'll notice the top of this too, I don't know if you remember what it looks like. These stitches are all knit rows up here, and they turn out to be a garter stitch up at the top, and it gives it a nice look around the neck. It's a decorative edge. And then I also, I think I mentioned this once, after I sew it together, then I take a crochet hook in the same size as the knitting needles, and I single crochet around the sleeve edges. And they're nice enough as they are, but I felt like I wanted to do that. So I did it again to the marmalade one. I didn't do that at the beginning, but I did it to the paprika one because I made a lot of mistakes in that one. So I decided to run around the edge with a single crochet, and so I did it on, I'll be doing that on this too, because it gives it a nice finished edge, and you don't have to knit around there. You can just crochet if you're a crocheter. You can use both crafts to make one of these tops. So I really like it. Let me get it back here. It has a ribbing down the bottom that's really nice, and I've embraced this ribbing. I love it. It's 4x4 ribbing, and it's very distinctive. It's not your regular ribbing around the bottom, but I think that's really pretty. So this is one of my whips that I have in progress. I've been working hard on this week because I wanted to finish it to show it to you on my channel. So I have one finished, and Crystal's modeling is for me this morning. Not sure if you remember, but a while back I bought some yarn called Hawthorne. I bought it from Knit Picks. It's very nice. It's all wool. Very, very nice. It's pretty squishy. It's a little bit rougher than this. This is smooth as glass right here. This is like for socks and stuff. But this is okay. This is super nice. And I made almost an entire crocheted sweater with it. And it was so heavy I could barely pick it up. I mean, it was just, the stitches were too big. I mean, they were too dense, I should say, too dense. Sometimes that happens when you crochet. You might size up a hook just so your fabric will be a little bit more drapey. Well, I didn't do that, and it just seemed really heavy, so I'm getting ready to frog that out. And I had one ball left, so I thought I'd start on another project, and this is called the Simple Summer Tea, and this is going to be a new pattern. This is what it looks like so far, and this is kind of a chartreuse color. Mr. On the Hook, I said it was yellow. He said, nah, it looks green. And it is kind of a green chartreuse color. Really pretty though, and it's a DK size. It's DK, but you can make this out of worsted too, and just hook up your size. Make sure you hook it up so it's more drapey. You need to make your fabric drapey if you're going to wear it, because it just looks so much better than a stiff top. So I'm going to be working on this next couple weeks, and I'll be releasing that pattern in just a very little while. I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, and I went to the yarn department, of course, and that's where I bought this yarn, the Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel Cotton. Yarn Bee Sugar Wheel Cotton. All cotton, made in the United States. So close, really nice. I really like it, but I decided to buy some more yarn, and I know now that Joann is no more. I think our store here in Chattanooga may have closed. I haven't been in there because it was just not very well stocked the last time I went in, and so I'm not going to waste any time going in there. I'm giving up on Joann. I hate it. I really loved Joann. I went in there every week to buy yarn. However, they are no more. So I'm looking for a substitute for the Big Twist yarn. Love Big Twist yarn. I'll show you a finished object I just finished in Big Twist, but that was the very last. Well, I still have a little bit more Big Twist left, but not much. So I have to move on to another brand. So I found this. I love this yarn. I love this yarn before too, but this is the Ivory Color White, and it's the color of Erin Red Heart Super Saver, and also the Big Twist White. It might be called cream. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's not a solid white. It's not a white. It's a kind of a creamy white. And this one has a name. Let's see what this one is called. Ivory. This is called Ivory. And I thought I would try it. It has about the same number of yards as the Big Twist, regular skein. I really love it. It's so soft. And I'm going to give it a try. Next time I need some white for a blanket or something, I'll be working on this. And I'll test it out and see what I think about it. It looks like it's going to be super nice. The yarn is rolled really nicely. I like that, the way it's rolled. See how nicely that's rolled. And just things that I don't really notice because I've been buying Big Twist for so many years. And I hate that it's not available to us anymore. But anyway, I'm going to try this and see if I can feel the same about this as I do Big Twist. Now, I want to show you this, and you tell me if you notice anything very wonderful about this yarn. Just look at it. I don't know. Some of y'all have probably picked it out. Look at this. The end is sticking out of the end, and Red Heart used to, and maybe still does that, I don't remember, but you just pull it and get started. The Big Twist, I used to dig around in there, couldn't find the end, and I know there's probably a trick to it. I don't know what the trick is, but I was always frustrated about that. I had to pull out a big yarn barf and then rewind it, or, at least lay it out so it didn't get all tangled. And so I really appreciate that. That is a time saver for me because I'm always moving forward quickly, and I don't want to say I'm in a hurry, but I'm always trying to make the most of my time. And I do crochet every single day, so I don't want to spend my day digging around in a skein trying to get it started because I don't like to unwind it around because it just flops around, and I don't like that too much. I would rather pull it from the center, and Big Twist never loved to have me pull from the center. It always fought me, and I had a hard time. Little barfs would come out, and I never did like that. So I'm going to try this out and see if it works okay. And they did give you the end yarn, and that is very important to me when I buy yarn. Now this is not like that. This is Premier, and I have a tough time finding the end on this. I know there must be a trick, but there was a big yarn barf coming out of here, so I just decided to unwind it from the outside. And it takes longer to crochet that way. It just takes longer because you have to fool with it so much. On one that pulls from the center, you can just pull out a bunch and then let it sit. On this, you have to flop it around, and sometimes it gets tangled, and I'm just not loving that. So I would rather buy skeins of yarn that pull from the inside, that are easy to find the end to, and this may be one of them. So I'm gonna have to see if I can find some more of this. I love this yarn. I've used it before, but it was a ways back, and I can't remember if it had the easy start or not. So I really appreciate it. And some companies actually do that on purpose, and so they want you to buy their yarn. They say, here, I'll show you how to start the yarn. You don't have to worry about it. Talking about Big Twist, I have a finished object right here. This was made with Big Twist jelly bean, and a lot of y'all have asked me about that. Of course, Big Twist isn't around anymore, so I don't know where I'm going to find jelly bean. It's really cute, but I've used it all up. I used almost every yard of this yarn, but I made it from 3 different colors and then a standard color of Big Twist Lilac is what it's called. And I have finished this blanket. Stand up and show this to you. It's pretty big, actually bigger than most of the little blankets that I make, but it turned out really nicely. I just hate that Big Twist isn't available to us anymore, but this is what it looks like. It's very beautiful. All the colors are just kid colors, they're just really cute. And I just separated the colors with the lilac color. And then around the edge, I ran out of yarn. So I did one edge in this orange jelly bean right there. I used the reverse puff stitch. And then on the sides, I did the purple because I had a little bit more of that. So I used the purple around the sides. And then on the other end, I used the green jelly bean for the edge stitch. So it turned out, pretty cute. Yes, I like it. And I hope the children will like it. It's fun colors and This is for a blanket drive. I guess I've told you that several times. We're having a blanket drive at our church, and to make some blankets for little babies that come into the fold, and we're just real excited to have them there, and their moms might appreciate a nice blanket to set on the floor or put over them in the car or whatever it is. So this is my second blanket. I made the first one out of Red Heart, and this is Sparkle, I believe is the name of it. Sparkle and then Aaron, every other row. It's just one of the big granny square blankets. I used a picot edge around this one. Let me get it up here where you can see it. And I told you last week all about that. If you click on it, you'll see it at the end of this video. I told you how to do it in the last video. But those two blankets will go to our blanket drive at church. More acquisitions. I was on Amazon the other day, which I go to quite often, and I bought some stitch markers for knitting. And these are circles. If you're a crocheter, you don't even know about these, but ours are always locking stitch markers, but these go actually on the needle in between stitches. So I bought some of these. These are Chai Goos, the same brand of needles that I bought. I've used this so much, you just can't imagine it. This is what I bought. It's expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth every penny of it. It has all the needles in it that I would probably ever need to get started on a knitting project. I know there's some that are missing, but it has a lot of needles in here. They go all the way from US 2, size 2 to a 15. And most of the sizes are in there. I think there's a few that maybe in between these, just like on crochet hooks, you can find those. But for me, that's probably all I'll need. And then it has the red connectors. And let me show you that. This is my the other side of my what Crystal is modeling today. The other side of my classic knit top, and this is what's inside there. You connect these to the needles. See the needles right there? It's kind of neat. They stay together really nicely if you do them the way they say. And I have the ribbing done already on this actually, and I have 1 or 2 rows in addition to that. So I'm moving right along with that, and I take it in the car. Mr. On the Hook is driving. I will knit, and that's in a small bag, and I'm keeping it in a wildflower bag, but this is the new granny bag, and somebody wanted to see that up close. That's what it looks like. It's really cute. I really love it. Mr. On the Hook found this design, or several designs, and he's using them on mugs and project bags. A big Notions bag now that's like a flat envelope. You can put all kinds of hooks and scissors and everything in there. We have a small one, of course, and then we have a large one. And this is called a project pouch. I shouldn't have said bag. It's a project pouch. It has a zipper on the top. And perfect size for that. I'm using the wildflower just because I grabbed it before my granny pouch came in, but I'm using it for this. It's a perfect size for that, just for a skein or 2 of yarn and a small project. I use it for that. And then we have mugs and other stuff. And also he designed some books, a couple of journals. I just wanted to tell you about this, a couple of journals. And one journal is like this one. This is my wildflower journal. A lot of people like this one. And notes and ideas. But the granny square one doesn't have notes and ideas on it. It's just a granny square cover and a back, and that's what's on this one. And this is 75 pages, lined pages. Actually, it's 150 lined pages, but 75 sheets in here, plenty. And I use it for, pattern ideas, things like that. And a really pretty design. Look at the back; it's quite beautiful. Get it up here where you can see it. It's a wildflower design. This is in our wildflower collection, and then the granny one is. And I don't have one yet. It's this, I think it's this design or one similar to it. And that's on the front and the back. Now, we also have, at my request, a spiral journal. And that has perforated pages, just like that one. That has perforated pages. And it has a spiral, so it lays open flat. It's quite lovely. And the same number of pages. And on the inside cover has a different granny design. And on the outside, the back inside cover has a different granny design. So when you open it, it looks different than when you close it. I just thought that was so cool. He is so smart. Anyway, he designs all these for me, and I'm just telling you about it. But you can find it, all of those in my Granny Square collection on my Etsy shop. So I'll put a link to that down in the description box. Now on with some more acquisitions. I tell you, I am just had so much to talk about today. I hope it's not too long. I bought some new stitch markers, locking stitch markers. And these are super nice ones. There are 10,000 kinds out there on Amazon. And so I put the link to these down in the description box if you want to use it. I'm an affiliate, actually. And if you click on that, you don't have to pay any more for it, but they give me a little bit of credit. It's like a few cents. I mean, it's hardly anything. But that's okay. You know, I just want to give you the opportunity to buy the same ones I'm talking about. I don't want you to have to spend time looking. I mean, it's just so much easier just to click on it. And also these needles, I have a connection to that, a link to that down in the description box. There are tons of those too. And I know that these are good ones. I don't know about the others, if they have everything you need. I can't get this out of here. But these are little needle holders maybe. They have a tiny little hole right there, and you press your needle in there and it makes it the right size for some reason. They're little round things, and they have a cute little design on them. I'll put the description down in the description box so you know what they are. I also bought these, and these are knitting stitch holders, and I know eventually I'm going to need these. So I went ahead and bought these, but these are knitting stitch holders. It's a collection of different sizes. There's some small ones down here and some really big ones up here. And I'm sure I'll figure out how to use these eventually when I start knitting more difficult patterns, I guess you could say. Ones that have, you know, where you have to hold your stitches and then work around it and then come back to it and all that. That's why I bought those. I went ahead and bought them because I figured someday when I need one, I don't want to have to go buy it. I want it to already be in my stash. So those are some of the things that I bought to go with my knitting project and my crochet projects as well. Now let's talk about giveaways. Y'all do, I know I do giveaways every week, and I'm just excited to give things away, even probably more than y'all are. But this week I had a lot of excitement about the book, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I'm first giving away 2 skeins of anti-pilling everyday worsted, and this is the color Spruce. This is what I made my Wisteria Cottage Cardi out of, and I had 2 skeins left over, and I'm going to give those to someone who would like to have them. And the key word there was anti, because it's anti-pilling yarn. Very important. If you're going to make something, you want to wash it and you don't want it to pill up under the arms and stuff. You know, if you make a garment, I'm counting on Premier to not pill up. That's why I'm buying anti-pilling yarn for my other Wisteria Cottage Cardi. But anyway, this is super nice yarn. It's so soft and wonderful. And again, the keyword there was anti. So I'll be giving 2 of those away today. And also big interest in this book. This is the Crochet Borders book by Edie Eichmann, a wonderful artist and author. And I have lots of her books, but this one is super nice. It's got actually has a spiral bound inside, but not on the outside. I thought that was really nice. Look, for your library, it's got a nice binding right here so you can put it in your library, and it's not a big spiral thing sticking out, but that's what that is. Beautiful spiral and beautiful borders. Look at all those borders. Oh my goodness. You can find a border for anything in here, honestly, for anything. And I just wanted to show you, here's a picture of Edie actually right there. She's a nice looking lady, just looks like she's happy. Anyway, she wrote this book. And like I said, she's written a lot of books. And I want to give this away to someone who used the word book in their comment. I had a lot of those. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 2 gifts this week. Here we are at the computer, and I have already entered in the address for the video from last week. And we'll scroll down here. I used the word anti, so we're going to see what comments we got with that. Okay, 117. Let's roll over here and see who wins the Premier Anti-Pilling Worsted in Spruce. 2 skeins. Let's see who wins that. That would be Grammy Crochet 375. Grammy Crochet 375. You have won the 2 skeins of Premier yarn. So nice. I really like that yarn. Some of my favorite. All right, let's change this word to book, and we will be finding out who wins that very popular book that was out there. Okay, 131 people were looking at the book. So let's see who wins the beautiful Crochet Borders book by Edie Eichmann this week. And that would be, here we come, Barbara McCleary. Barbara McCleary, you have won the Crochet Borders book by Edie Eichmann. So glad everybody participated. Thank you so much for that. Keep participating. You will win eventually. But Barbara, please send me your name and address, and I'll tell you how to do that here in just a second. Congratulations to our winners. Congratulations to our winners. Please send me your name, your address, what you won, and in an email to me at Jeannie@onthehook.crochet, and I will send those out to you right away. All right, for next week, I have 2 nice gifts, and these are not yarn. We're not doing yarn today. We're doing books and magazines. So the first one is, of course, the Crochet World from spring of 2025. This is the newest edition of Crochet World. Super nice magazine. I love it. It's so beautifully done, and it's just super nice. I really like Crochet World. And this one is, again, the most recent edition, so you should sign up for this one. Just sign up by using the word WORLD, W-R-L-D, W-O-R-L-D, WORLD, and you'll be in the running for this gift next week. And then I also have another book, and this book is called 12 Months of Crochet with Red Agape, and this is a girl named Mandy O'Sullivan, I think is her name. Yeah, Mandy O'Sullivan, and she has crochet projects for each month of the year. I have barely cracked this book, but I knew that I probably wouldn't do what's in here because I do mostly garments. And so this is a beautiful book with all kinds of information on how to do stitches. All of these pictures are how to do stitches. They're beautiful pictures too, really bright, colorful pictures all through here. And then she gives you a course in color and how to pick your colors, maybe for a blanket or for a sweater. And shows you how to pick the colors. Look at that color wheel. That's pretty. She shows you how to pick the colors. And then on in here, she gives you all the patterns that you need with every step, with a photograph, just about every step. Really super nice. I really like this. This is a super nice book. But anyway, I'm going to give this away. I paid $19 for this plus tax. Super nice book. Super nice book. So sign up for that. And the keyword there is Mandy, M-A-N-D-Y. That is the author, Mandy, M-A-N-D-Y, and you'll be in the running for this book next week. I forgot to tell you, I also bought darning needles because I've lost all of mine. I have one left, and I'm afraid if I lose that, I will be in trouble if I'm trying to tie in some ends. So I bought these. They're all different sizes, and the eyes look plenty big. And sometimes the eyes are too small, and it's hard to get your yarn through there. So this is all different. I put the link to this in my description box as well. So I bought 5 things at Amazon just for tools. I needed some tools, replacement tools, and some new tools for knitting. So I went off to Amazon and found everything I needed right there. So I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for signing up for a membership. That's super nice of y'all who have signed up. I will make it worth your while. I really will. And also, hope you will like this video. Be sure to like it because that way YouTube knows that you liked what you saw and you would like to see more of it. So if you'll like this video, I would appreciate it. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. A lot of y'all aren't subscribed. And so when I put out a new video, you will be notified, and that way you won't miss anything. These are kind of continuous videos. The whips that I make, I usually talk about them every week until I finish them. So it's good to be subscribed to my channel. So have a wonderful week, and join me next time to find out what's on the hook.